Hi, my name is Bhargav Reddy. Welcome to my presentation on my mini project, Object Detection in Live Stream Video using YOLO. This mini project is done as a part of Machine Learning for Image Processing course at IIT Tirupati.
YOLO is abbreviation for You Only Look Once. This also suggests that it is very fast. We will come to this conclusion after few minutes. Let's dive into YOLO. YOLO can view an image and draw bounding boxes over what it perceives as identified classes. YOLO is clever convolutional neural network for doing object detection in real time. The algorithm applies a single neural network to the full picture and afterward divides the picture into areas and predicts bounding boxes and probabilities for every locale. What makes YOLO different than other detection algorithms? Prior detection systems repurpose classifiers of localizers to perform detection. They apply the model to an image at multiple locations and scales. High-scoring regions of the image are considered detections. Approach by RCNN. RCNN first extracts region proposals using selective search and then classifies those regions with more powerful classifier, CNN-based classifier, and our big insight was that these methods are using region-based classifiers and they are looking at an image thousands or hundreds of thousands of times to perform detection. So this involves a lot of evaluation of these classifiers over and over again in different parts of the image. Author really wanted a neural network, one neural network that you could just give it the full image and get detection out of it in a single pass. And the advantage this is that instead of looking at an image thousands of times to do detection, now with YOLO, you only look once at an image to perform. So to be able to train this neural network, author came up with a new parameterization for object detection. So if you have an image that you want to perform detection on, first we imagine overlaying a grid on top of that image, and each cell in this grid is going to be responsible for predicting a few different things. The first thing is each cell is going to predict some number of bounding boxes. So for example, this cell in the upper right is going to predict some bounding boxes and also confidence values for each of these bounding boxes. And this is the probability that the box contains an object. And there may be some grid cells that don't have any objects nearby on them. So this one in the bottom right is going to predict a few bounding boxes. We don't care what they are. We just want their confidence values to be very low since they don't contain any objects. The next thing we are going to do is, so when you visualize all of these predictions together, you have basically a map of the objects in the image and a bunch of boxes ranked by. The next thing we are going to do is have each grid cell predict some class probabilities, and this is going to look like a coarse segmentation map. And one important feature of this mask is that it's not saying that this grid cell contains that object. It's conditional probability. It's just saying that if there is an object in this grid cell, then that object is a car. So if you take the probability, the conditional probabilities, and then multiply them by the confidence values that we computed earlier, you basically get all of the bounding boxes weighted by their actual probabilities for containing that object, and now we have a bunch of detections. We have a lot of boxes. A lot of them are very low confidence value for any class. So we simply threshold the predictions by performing non-max suppression to get rid of some duplicate detections, and we have our full detection for that image. This parameterization fixes the output size for detection. So now we have this tensor that we are basically trying to predict. So we have a grid and each grid cell is going to predict some bounding boxes and some class probabilities so far. Example, for Pascal VOC we used a 7x7 grid. We use 2 bounding boxes per cell and there are 20 classes. So this gives us the 7x7x30 output tensor or about 1500 outputs. And this isn't that many parameters for a neural network to predict. So all we need to do is train a neural network to predict this output tensor. So now in one pass we can go from an image straight to this output tensor, which corresponds to the detections. It's just one evaluation of this neural network. This also means we are predicting all of these detections simultaneously. So our model implicitly incorporates global context in the detection process, so it can learn things about which objects tend to co-occur together. This relative size and location of objects and things like that are learned during the training. During training, match example to the right cell. Adjust that cell's class prediction. Look at that cell's predicted boxes. Find the best one, adjust it, increase the confidence. Decrease the confidence of other boxes. decrease the confidence of boxes which don't contain any objects. Let's see the cost function used for training. YOLO predicts multiple bounding boxes per grid cell. At training time, we only want one bounding box predictor to be responsible for each object. We assign one predictor to be responsible for predicting an object based on which prediction has the highest current IOU with the ground truth. IOU means intersection of union. This leads to specialization between the bounding box predictors. Each predictor gets better at predicting certain sizes, aspect ratios, or classes of objects, improving overall recall. During training, we optimize the following multi-part loss function, where I object of I denotes if object appears in the cell I, that is indicator variable, and I object of I comma j denotes that the jth bounding box predictor in the cell I is responsible for that prediction. Note that the loss function only penalizes classification error if an object is present in that grid cell, hence the conditional class probability discussed earlier. It also only penalizes bounding box coordinate error if the predictor is responsible for the ground truth box, that is, has the highest IOU of any predictor in that grid cell. We train the network for about 135 epochs. Here x and y are coordinates for center of the object. W and H are predicted width and height of the object. Ci are the class probabilities. Pi of C are the class probabilities. YOLO is trained with standard tricks like pre-training on ImageNet, SGD with decreasing learning rate, and extensive data augmentation to avoid overfitting. These are the examples which show that YOLO works across variety of natural images. But here see that the human flying above is detected as an aeroplane by the network. It is justifiable by the network because he is flying in an aeroplane posture. YOLO also generalizes well to the natural domains like YOLO outperforms methods like DPM and RCNN on Picasso dataset. Let's see YOLO v3, which is an improved version of YOLO. Our system predicts bounding boxes using dimension clusters as anchor boxes. The network predicts 4 coordinates for each bounding box, Tx, Ty, Tw, Th. If the cell is offset from the top left corner of the image by Cx, Cy and the bounding box prior has a width and height Pw, Ph, then the predictions correspond to the equations given in the image. We predict the width and height of the box as offsets from cluster centroids. Here cluster centroids refers to the k-means clustering parameters. We predict the center coordinates of the box relative to the location of filter application using the sigmoid function. Prediction across scales. YOLO v3 predicts boxes at 3 different scales, extracts features from those scales using a similar concept to feature pyramid networks. From our base feature vector, we add several convolutional layers. The last of these predicts a 3-dimensional tensor encoding bounding box, objectness and class predictions. In training with COCO dataset, we predict 3 boxes at each scale. So the tensor is n cross 3 into 4 plus 1 plus 10 for the 4 bounding box offsets, 1 objectness prediction and 80 class predictions. Here n cross n is the size of the input image. Still use k-means clustering to determine our bounding box pairs. We just sort of chose 9 clusters and 3 scales arbitrarily and then divide up the clusters evenly across scales. YOLO v3 uses Darknet 53 network for feature extraction. What makes YOLO different than other detection algorithms? YOLO uses a totally different approach. We apply a single neural network to the full image. That's why the name you only look once. This network divides the image into regions and predicts bounding boxes and probabilities for each region. These bounding boxes are weighted by the predicted probabilities. Advantages over classifier-based systems. YOLO has several advantages over classifier-based systems. It looks at the whole image at test time, so its predictions are informed by the global context in the image. YOLO makes predictions with a single neural network evaluation, unlike systems like RCNN, which requires thousands for a single image. This makes it extremely fast, more than 1000 times faster than RCNN and 100 times faster than fast RCNN. YOLO surpasses many other object detection networks in speed and is the best detector available in terms of speed. It also performs better in many aspects when compared to the other detector networks. These are the list of 80 classes in YOLO v3 which are pre-trained on Cocoa dataset. These are huge variety of classes.
YOLO v4. YOLO version 4 is the fourth version of YOLO by the author. It is further improved version of YOLO detector, successor to YOLO version 3. Let's use YOLO version 4 for object detection in live video. Use GPU for object detection in live video. Normal CPU may not suffice for detection on video. I used GPU in Google Colab. Let's go through the code. Use YOLO v4. This graph tells that YOLO v4 is the best detector available in terms of speed. We used scaled YOLO v4 for improved speed. This in this cell we import all required libraries. This downloads all required YOLO weights, that is pre-trained model. This takes a lot of time as its size is of 200 MB. So I've downloaded it beforehand. This is for importing all required darknet functions. Darknet is the architecture on which YOLO v4 works. We tested YOLO v4 on a sample image. The result is very accurate. You can see it's detected dog, person and horse accurately. This is for conversion of video into images so that we can process it using YOLO v4 sequentially. This is JavaScript to image conversion. This is to take the webcam picture using JavaScript and then run YOLO v4 on it. This is the test run I've done. Some video. It detected me on the mobile phone very accurately. Let's run it again. It's detected banana and a chair behind me and me as a person accurately. It's working very good. Let's run object detection on video. Running YOLO Wi-Fi on webcam video is little more complex than images. We need to start a video stream using our webcam as input. Then we run each frame through our YOLO V4 model and create an overlay image that contains bounding box of detections. We then overlay the bounding box image back to the next frame of our video stream. YOLO V4 is so fast that it can run detections in real time. This explains our objective and process. This is to start a video stream using similar JavaScript as was used for images. This is to run webcam and access webcam.